All right, Dayton Congressman Mike Turner heads back to Capitol Hill later today, actually later this morning, but before he heads out, he joins us to talk about sequestration and health care. I think people have been talking a little bit about that, Congressman.
Yes,
thanks for joining us. Where do we start? We could talk for a half hour about this, but it has always been the Republican mantra that the government cannot pull off what the private sector can. Is this a glaring example of that? I've seen some things where, say the government's trying to do here what Google or a company on that scale does on a daily basis and trying to do it just as well. It can't be done, right?
Right. This is very troubling, and it impacts, of course, all of us. Obamacare, as it has come in, both with the websites that are largely, not servicing the customer's needs. Secondly, you have the issue of the cancellation of insurance policies and the cancellation of doctors under insurance companies. The president has said administratively he's going to waive the cancellations. Well, he really, cannot do that. As you look to the marketplace, there's a significant amount of time that went into the determination by the insurance companies based upon his own regulations. So the White House and the federal government under Obamacare issued regulations causing the policies to be canceled. Now at the last minute, the president says he's going to uncancel them. He's going to have a hard time doing that with just the stroke of his pen. That's why Congress took action Friday.
You guys on Friday, and by that I mean Congress on Friday, passed a bill in which people can keep their existing health care. Wow, that's huge. Is that going to pass Senate, and then does he sign it? Well,
and yes, on Friday, the House passed the "If you like your health insurance, you can keep it" act, which would cause the president's promise under Obamacare to be honored. The president, however, has said that he would veto it, which is very curious, because here the president is saying by the stroke of his pen he's going to reverse the cancellation of insurance policies, but he also says by the stroke of his pen he's going to veto changing the law and making certain people can keep their policies. It's uncertain what the Senate will do.
All right, let's move over to sequestration, something you've been fighting for I don't know how long. But at Right Pat, there are, correct me if I'm wrong, about 6,000 jobs at stake. Even double that if you talk about the surrounding areas, the economic impact. What is at stake here? What is the biggest misconception about what's going on in the Miami Valley?
Sequestration, as you know, was proposed by the president. I opposed it, voted against it, and it was to a penalty, really, for the president and the Congress to not agree on a budget reconciliation. That resulted in 12,000 people being furloughed at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Most people believe that sequestration in year 2 is just a repeat of the first, and it's not. It's cumulative. Instead of 12,000 furloughs, we're facing 6,000 jobs that could be lost permanently at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base next year, 13,000 regionally. It could be $8.3 billion out of our economy over a 10-year period. Not $8.3 billion in Washington, $8.3 billion right here locally. This is very important. The Budgetary Reconciliation Committee that needs to do their job, and we need to get this fixed.
There's a meeting right this week on this.
They're continuing to meet, and I think people should let their senators know, because this ball is in the Senate. This needs to be fixed.
Congressman, appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. He's heading out to D.C. this morning, stopping by and visiting with us. We certainly do appreciate it.